Isn't it fascinating how the mind, your mind, can create possibilities out of nothing? Because you see, there was a time when you didn't even know to ask these questions, and yet here you are wondering, thinking, questioning. That's interesting, isn't it? Because the very act of wondering means you're searching, and to search means there must be something to find. And what if what you find is not at all what you expected, but something better? And I wonder, have you ever noticed how a child, when they first learn to walk, they don't worry about falling, because falling is just part of walking, part of learning, part of growing. And yet, somewhere along the way, they begin to believe that uncertainty is danger, that not knowing means something bad must be lurking just ahead. But is that really true? Or is it just a habit of thought, a pattern, a program, a story that the mind has rehearsed so many times it forgot it was just a story? Because stories can change, can't they? And I wonder if you ever told yourself a story so convincingly that you believed it, until you didn't, until something shifted and suddenly what was once fear became curiosity. What was once uncertainty became excitement. What was once worry became possibility. And isn't that an interesting thought? Because right now, in this very moment, something is shifting, isn't it? And maybe, just maybe, that feeling you thought was worry was never worry at all. Maybe it was just the mind's way of preparing you for something new, something different, something extraordinary. And I don't know if you've already begun to notice it, or if it's just beginning to take shape now, but you might find yourself realizing that what once seemed like fear, it's actually just the feeling of stepping into the unknown. And stepping into the unknown is exactly how every great adventure begins. So now I wonder, what if? But not, what if it goes wrong? Because that's just an old question, an outdated script, a fading echo of the past. No. What if something amazing happens next? What if something incredible, something unexpected, something wonderful is already on its way? And when you feel that shift, when you notice that something deep inside has already begun to change, you might just smile, because you know the moment you start to realise that everything you ever thought could be different. You feel it, don't you? That subtle shift, just beneath the surface. It's as if something deeper, something ancient, something wise is waking up inside you. And in that moment, you might just wonder, what if I could allow myself to experience this differently? And how would that change everything? Because, truly, the way you experience the world, the way you interpret what happens next, is completely up to you. And I wonder, have you ever noticed how your thoughts, your feelings, even your doubts, they have a way of leading you down paths you've already walked 1,000 times before? But here's the question. What if the very thought that you just had, the doubt that sneaked in, is the doorway to something entirely different? And I wonder, as you begin to explore the possibility of what's next, if it might not be so much about what could go wrong, but more about what could go right. You see, every great breakthrough, it has one thing in common. It begins with uncertainty. And uncertainty, my friend, it's not something to fear. It's a signal, a message, that change is on its way. And when change comes, things look different. They feel different. But that's not a bad thing. No, that's a new thing. And the new thing, that is where the magic happens, isn't it? So imagine for a moment, every time you felt that sensation of uncertainty, that subtle flutter of discomfort, you could decide to transform it. Yes, transform it into energy. Energy to act, energy to move, energy to shift your thinking. Because what if those little moments of unease, they weren't signals of danger, but signals of possibility? When you start to see that, when you begin to recognise it for what it really is, your mind starts to rewire itself. Every time you feel that tension, that little knot of uncertainty, it becomes an opportunity to create something new, something you haven't experienced before. What if right now you could reframe everything that you ever believed about uncertainty, fear or discomfort? Imagine just for a moment letting go of the idea that the unknown is something to fear, and instead seeing it as the playground where all your possibilities begin to take form. And isn't it fascinating how your mind, when given a new perspective, can suddenly see things it never saw before? And the beauty of it is, you get to decide how this works. You get to choose. Every time that old question arises, what if it goes wrong? You can pause just for a moment and say to yourself, but what if this time it goes right? And with that question, a whole new world begins to open up. It's as if every possibility, every path, every outcome suddenly becomes available to you because you allowed yourself to consider the option that things could go beautifully, effortlessly, wonderfully. It's all in the way you frame it. The world has a way of responding to your beliefs. And isn't it interesting how your beliefs, they're like filters through which you experience everything? What if you started seeing each moment of uncertainty as a signpost that you were about to step into something extraordinary? And wouldn't it be fascinating if you could feel that excitement, the kind of excitement that comes from knowing that the unknown is just a treasure chest waiting to be opened? You see, your mind is an incredible thing. It's wired to seek out patterns. And it's always learning, always adapting, always looking for the next opportunity to grow. But what if, just what if, the patterns that you've been following until now are simply outdated? What if you could rewire those patterns gently, effortlessly, into new beliefs that serve you in the most empowering ways? The truth is, uncertainty is not the enemy, it's the gateway. And every time you embrace it, you invite more freedom, more possibility, more of everything you truly desire into your life. It's in the not knowing that true creativity is born. And every great innovator, every visionary, every person who's ever achieved greatness has learned to embrace that space of not knowing, because it's in that space you can discover your deepest strength. And your strength, it's in your ability to choose how you respond to anything that comes your way. And I'm wondering if you've begun to feel a shift already. Have you started to notice those little things, those little moments of discomfort that are now pointing you in a new direction? They don't have to be problems anymore. No, they can be opportunities. Opportunities to grow, to learn, to create. Opportunities to step into your own power and redefine what you're capable of. So next time you feel that uncertainty, that little tug of discomfort, ask yourself, what if this is the moment I step into something truly amazing? And with that thought, just notice how your body feels, how your mind begins to respond, how you're already opening up to new possibilities, simply by choosing to view this moment through a new lens. And isn't it exciting to realise the possibilities, they're endless. They're already here, just waiting for you to step into them. Because that's right. Can you feel it? That gentle shift. That sense that you can leave all that old stuff behind. All those worries, those fears, those mistakes. And simply start fresh. Just for a moment. Let yourself forget everything you've been carrying. Imagine just for a second the weight of the past. It's nothing more than an illusion, a shadow on the wall that fades the moment you stop looking at it. And what if right now you could simply choose to let go of it? Let go of every word, every worry, every fear, every thought that keeps you tied to the past. Imagine for a moment you don't need to hold on to those things anymore. What if all those past mistakes were just lessons, stepping stones, leading you to the present moment? And the present moment is where all your power is. Because right now, in this very moment, you have the incredible ability to choose how you want to feel, how you want to see things, how you want to experience the world. Isn't that powerful? The idea that the past, it doesn't have to define you. You don't have to carry anything. In fact, you have the whole new day ahead, and it's waiting for you, full of opportunities, full of excitement, full of possibilities you haven't even begun to imagine yet. So imagine just for a second that you're free, completely free, free from the burden of the past, free from the weight of the what-ifs, free from every belief that tells you what you can't do. And now, with that freedom, what do you want to do? What do you choose to experience? What if you could step into the future with absolute confidence, knowing it's yours to shape however you please? You see, the future, it's full of choices, full of options, and every moment is a fresh new beginning, a blank canvas just waiting for you to paint it. The possibilities are endless, and the best part is there's no rush. You've all the time you need to explore them, to experience them, to embrace them, with joy, with humour, with a sense of playfulness that makes every day feel like an adventure. And imagine feeling excited about that. Imagine waking up in the morning, not thinking about what went wrong yesterday, but looking ahead to all the new things you can create today. How does it feel to know that you can choose joy? That you can decide right now to approach everything with a sense of wonder, of curiosity, of positive excitement. You have the power right now to let go of any lingering doubt, any thought of what didn't work in the past, and step into the future as if it's the most exciting thing you've ever encountered. What if you could see every challenge as an opportunity to learn, to grow, to laugh, to play, and to find humour in even the smallest moments? Because life doesn't need to be so serious. You don't need to be burdened by the weight of perfection. What if instead of focusing on what might go wrong, you could allow yourself to focus on what could go right? What if in every situation you could find the humour, the playfulness, the lightness that makes every moment brighter? And what if, just like that, you could decide the future? It's full of endless possibilities, full of choices, full of opportunities for happiness, for growth, for laughter, for everything you want, because you can. You can choose to step into the future with that mindset, knowing you're capable of making it as beautiful, as positive, as exciting as you wish. So what would it feel like to start fresh right now? To leave behind anything that no longer serves you, and open your arms wide to the possibilities that lie ahead. To wake up each day with a sense of humour, a sense of play, a sense of excitement for what's next. Can you feel the lightness, the ease, the freedom? That's because the moment you choose to start fresh, the world begins to unfold in a whole new way. Every choice becomes an opportunity for joy. Every moment becomes a reason to smile. And from here on out, the future, it isn't something to fear. It's something to embrace with open arms, full of positive excitement for everything that's to come. Isn't it fabulous?